Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome to Let's Play / Let's Mess Around. I'm not quite sure what this is yet. Well, let's just call it a Let's Play because it's shorter to say. But welcome to Let's Play Hand of Fate. Kinda blind. I've been through about half of this game. I did restart it though for the sake of recording purposes, but this game is pretty fantastic, and after playing a bunch of Leap of Fate, it just kind of felt like fitting that I needed to play this game because there's definitely a lot of elements in Leap of Fate that are inspired from this game. Well, either that or they came out close enough, or maybe, it was just a coincidence that there were two games called Blank of Fate that both involved deck mechanics. This one, while the other one definitely focuses more on the action, and the deck is more of a backdrop to this one actually focuses more on the deck, and the action's more of a backdrop to it. So it's an interesting sort of dichotomy here, and the whole deck building aspect of it, it's like part action game, part deck card game, part RPG. It's kind of a crazy mix of stuff, and I really kind of dig this game, so I figured we'll play it. If it's interesting enough to people, we'll go through the whole game probably at some point, because it would be fun to me to do, and why not do it? So, without further ado, let's click this handy-dandy start button and meet the dealer. The voice acting in this game is pretty great.
13 gates. And you come to my table to play the game of life and death.
Ooh, ominous.
Your stake is wagered.
The subtitles are way ahead of the voice right now for some reason.
None who come here. Yet, I say, turn back.
I do love the dealer. I think like the way they handle the dealer and the narrator himself is pretty fantastic. I wonder if he says back so soon because I have technically been here before. This is my first hurrah, but this is the start of a new game. So we are going to begin our very first game, and I shall explain how this goes.
Let's see what you are made of.
Let us indeed, Mr. Dealer. So the way this game works is you have to go fight a boss. This one is called the Jack of Dust. There's 12 bosses in total.
All must fall before you may
I just said that, Mr. Dealer. You done talking? You done? Good. So you have 4 different suits. Each suit represents a different type of enemy. Dust, there's like a plague one, there's like undead. Dust are the bandits though, so we're fighting against the Jack of Bandits. So we're basically, there's gonna be a Jack, King, and Queen of each type of monster. We have to go through 12 different stages in order to beat all of them. In order to get to the boss, we have to progress through different dungeons that are going to be made essentially of the deck of cards, forming the different pathways we can take and the different routes. And you have food for stamina, you have health that you run out of when you die, you can get equipment, you get events, there's monster encounters. It's like a strange hybrid of D&D and cards, and it's kind of actually fantastic. So we only have one place we can go here, to this very first path. Right here. That's actually, I think, a good card from her. It's been a while since I've played, so I forgot the cards, but I'll try not to talk too much over him, but at the same time he talks a lot, so what this card does, let's see the rules for this card. So, while enjoying your evening meal at a local tavern, a strange old man takes the seat next to yours. He taps your shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin, poorly disguised as a human. I might read some of these over just because, like, this whole game is the flavor text of the game. So, then again, I like to just ramble and not read. And you guys got the reading part covered. But basically, this is Mr. Lionel. He will conjure up his heart's desire with a wizard he wants. We have to sacrifice our materials, which are right here, by the way. We got gold, food. Every time you use a space, you use food. So if you run out of food, you're kind of in trouble in terms of progressing. Gold is currency you'll amass by beating monsters and other events, and you can use that to buy stuff from shops, and health is kind of self-explanatory. Now, 19 food is good enough for this first stage, so I'm going to give him we're going to give him some bread, because we want to get his boon, because hopefully it'll be something good. Okay. And he gives me, so we lose one thing. We draw 1 equipment card. So you get, basically you can fill your deck with different equipment cards. Since this is the start, we don't really have any choices, but we will be able to customize what we put in that equipment deck, and with different items that we get along the way. And then when you draw an equipment card, you just get one of those random items. And this one happens to be a shield, which is really handy because I could use Q to reflect projectiles, and that's pretty great. So I'm going to go ahead, equip that shield. It's now in my equipment. What's my, there's an inventory button here, where we can manage your inventory. There's my guy, generic barbarian guy. You start with an axe. It's not that great, but now we have a shield to go along with it. We have helm slots, we have blessings and curses, we have artifacts, trinkets, gloves. There's a whole bunch of different equipment. So you get really customized characters, actually, as you go through this dungeon. And then every time you start a new stage, you start from scratch, which is kind of fun.
All you have gained.
And here's just some upgrades, but don't really have any of those. And there's also, like, custom versions you can do of each stage with different rule changes, which I might go through at some point, because those could be fun, too. We'll see how much interest this game has, but it's going to be a lot of me talking and explaining, because it's a kind of complex game. But once we get into it, it'll make a lot more sense. So, we can go up here, or we can go over here. I think right is always right, so we're gonna go right. And the Maiden, that's also a good card from what I remember. That's actually a really good card, I think.
I'm not surprised.
An Elf Maiden who stops to greet us. Ooh, man. Them sexy elves, yo. Okay, so we could ask for a boon. So you can get either longer life, which I think is just a heal. I don't think it's actually permanent health. I might be wrong on that. Supplies, or gold. Now, I think I'm just going to go with food to guarantee that no matter what, I never run out. The gold is tempting, though, in case I go for a shop. I am kind of okay on food. Because it's in later stages, I would almost definitely go for food. Since it's an early one, I'm going to go for the gold. You get 3 gold gain cards, so just, you know, randomizes how much gold you get. 15, 20, and 25, so pretty good fortune, actually. It's a pretty good amount of gold. I'm hoping I can hit a shop, too, because I can just buy some more food in the shop. But usually the guaranteed food is probably a better strategy, I think, so just a heads up on that. The Twisted Caddy. Now, our goal is to get to the stairs card. That'll get us to a new floor of the dungeon. But I happened to go the wrong way. Or did I go the right way?
There is nothing like it.
Yes, okay, Mr. Dealer. I know, I'm talking over the dealer. I do apologize for that. I kind of have to explain the game, though. So, there's a weapon glinting in the sunlight. And this is where we get an event, where we're going to have choices to make. And depending on our luck and our choices, we will either have good things happen or bad things happen. I would like a new weapon, so I'm going to try to get it. Now you have 3 chances for success and 1 chance for failure. So I just have to kind of hope my random luck pays out and get the failure. Okay, I was expecting the LPR's curse to kick in there, but I am LuckySevenDX. So far, my luck is going to hold. So, draw 1 equipment card. Always good. Hey, it's better than my rusty axe. Look at that. I haven't even gone into combat yet, and I already have a quality axe and a quality shield. I mean, that's pretty good. And this is going to be the stairs, because it's the only one left. Our goal is to find the stairs, so we can progress forward. Once we do that, we just say yes, and we can move on to the next floor of our adventure.
On the final floor of our simple map.
This is the tutorial stage, so it's pretty quick. I think he's like probably the end one. So a simple tutorial map, nothing too crazy.
It's early to be talking about victories and
unfortunately, it's time for our introduction to combat. So 1 monster card, the 2 of dust. We're gonna be fighting mostly dust early on. We'll be fighting the other types later. But finally, our first action stage where the game comes to life, and we must fight using our wits and our weapons to survive. So you put all of our cards in for our different things, and now I have to remember how combat works, because it's been a while, and I do not remember the controls. But luckily, it's going to show me.
Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
Yes, now I can actually have a shield so I can counterattack. Otherwise, you can dodge roll, you have a stun move, you have your normal attack. It's pretty basic combat. Like I said, the game focuses more on the deck adventure aspect, more than the combat, but it's still combat, and it kind of does its job. So let's go ahead and continue and fight! Dodge roll! Okay, so when the green indicator comes up, I should be pressing my shield, but I'm kind of just bashing these guys' faces. Oh, no, I pressed Q! Do your shield, damn it! Well, that's what happens when you take damage. Okay, I should not be probably attacking while I'm trying to counter. I was trying to be spiffy, but I have to kind of it's been a while since I played this game, so I need to readjust the controls a little bit, but... Oh man! They're only pretending to be dead. Let's be jerks! Uh-oh. It could fail on me, though. Gotta be careful. Always lucky! Always lucky! And thus, I get more experience. Well, you don't really get experience, but you get more equipment. Another shield. Well, unfortunately, useless to me. I could sell it. I could sell it once I get to. Oh, some food, always good. And my health back. So nice. Some game cards. There is a whole bunch of interesting equipment in the deck. Unfortunately, it's random luck whether I get to access it or not. If I do come across a shop, I could sell extra items like that though for more gold. But here we go, another occurrence.
Hardly fair.
Another monster card, apparently. Today, we have some combat. Pfft, give them all my gold. Are you kidding me? An elf gave me this gold! You think you can handle me? I'm random generic barbarian dude, and I take no craps. That's right, I don't poop. Whoa. Ah! I'm not even remotely on the WSAD cards. I was too busy being dumb. Hi, have my shield, have a kick in the balls, have some axes to the face. Hey, hi friend. Oh, that sounds like a shield to your face. Oh, axe to the nuts. Critical kill. I'm barbaric. I like how I took damage solely because my hands were not, I was like an entire key off WSAD there. Oops. I'm good at video games. Ooh! Draw 3, keep 1. So I have a healing cap. Oh, these are basically extra items that you can use in combat where you have that many charges of the item. So they're kind of additional sorts of ways of combat. So I have 2 different helmets or an actual thing. Now, how does the helmet work? Okay, I do actually get to see. So
Late to navigation, but
every encounter if you encounter everything on a level, you gain extra gold. Kind of nice. The healer cap, I think, will give me extra health. Yep, double healing bonus. But ultimately, since we're already almost done with this dungeon, it's best to get ready for the boss by, equipping a new thing like this.
Artifacts provide powerful.
So we'll have, a new special ability, which will be handy. More food. We have food for days. I mean, it's the tutorial level. It gets pretty crazy pretty quickly. But here we go, a shop. Shops are interesting because they will give you you'll have a bunch of different equipment that's sort of randomly picked from your equipment deck. So I'll have an interesting variety of things to buy from, but it'll never be the same every time we go here.
Now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now.
That we
Back
are.
and forth between resources and
So yeah, like I said, I can buy food, I can sell items, I have an extra shield, and I have this, I guess the rest of the axe is not sellable. Like I said, I have an extra shield, so get, extra 3 gold from doing that. Sell. Do it. Sell. Yeah, okay, there we go. I have to press space. Or just probably this button over here. But we can go back here, we can buy an item, just an axe, a normal sword. Now swords, axes and swords do different things. As you can see, the swords do less damage, but they attack faster. And then the explorer's helmet's actually here as well, so I can actually, I may as well get the explorer's helmet for funsies, because, I mean,
an item
why
that
not?
tells you how to move quickly, but tempts you to take
And
your
let's
time.
just change things up. You've seen how the axe works. Let's just equip a sword. We're almost at the end of the dungeon, so really, ultimately, it doesn't really matter what I have at this point. So now, we're done with that. We can buy extra food. As you can see, there's, food for $4, a pack of 3 for 11. I'm kind of good to go on food, given that there's only one more space left in the dungeon. But you can see how this would all work once we get to much longer dungeons, which will be happening really soon. Like, things escalate fairly quickly after you get, like, the first 4. Even the first couple, it starts really, dramatically escalating into an actual, like, full-on adventure of excitement and danger and intrigues. Now I have a helmet. I have my chest, which I have never gotten a new one for. Look, it even has the cute little helmet. He looks really stupid in that helmet. But you know what? It is a helmet nonetheless. And here we go.
You have reached my
our
first
boss
champion.
encounter.
A good man, driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron, I forge my tools. Now we see your metal.
Basically, bandit with a dark, dismal
Token
past who's
runs
now
more
desperate
cards can
and...
defeat this encounter.
Okay, and these tokens are actually important. They will actually allow you, I believe, if I remember correctly, it gives you additional, like, new cards you can add to your deck if you earn these tokens. I think it's something like that, and you have to actually kind of do certain encounters in certain ways to earn more tokens in the future. You'll have certain spaces that will let you earn additional loot in like the long run of the game, which is kind of nice. Anyway, is boss time! The first boss of Hand of Fate. Pretty simple and easy. Except, you know, it is the Jack of Dust and 4 of Dust, which means we have quite the number of enemies. This guy, he has a sword, I have a sword, we're gonna cross swords. It's gonna be all sorts of cool. But like I said, I now have that new artifact item, as you can see.
Get out of the way or stop them with your own counterattack.
You just said they can't be countered! You lied to me, game, but yeah. Now I can do this and shoot knives out in every direction, which is kind of an interesting... Ow! Ow, don't stab me! Nope, dodge roll. I think the red ones are ones you cannot dodge or counter, so you gotta be careful of those like that, because that's bad. I can block that one! Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. He kind of countered me. Wow, I really need to remember how to play this game. Eat my thing! Oh, he caught me at the tip. Just the tip. Oh, I should have countered that one. I had a timing down for this game, but I totally do not remember. Oh my goodness. I forgot how rusty I am at this game! Stun, stab, dodge, dodge back in, stab, 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 dodge. Yeah, there we go. Getting back into the rhythm. I mean, if this was later in the game, I'd probably get myself killed. The combat is a little wonky, and definitely not the shining part of the game, but I will, I'll get better at it as we go. This is just the tutorial after all.
Yet we are only at the start of our road.
But here we go. We can activate these tokens we've earned now, as you can see, to receive a whole bunch of new cards. So these are all cards you're going to be able to customize. You'll be able to customize what encounters you have in your deck. There's some that you're forced to have.
And you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim.
You're saying a bunch of ominous stuff in the background.
So do I. Balance must be retained.
Welcome to Hand of Fate, guys, where this entire project is going to be a vocal competition between me and the dealer to talk, because he's going to interrupt me and I'm going to interrupt him, and it's going to be fun. So these are all a bunch of cool cards that we'll be able to add to the deck in our next encounter, which will be much longer. We'll also get a whole bunch of new equipment we can add to the deck. All of these things being cool new items. As you can see, you know, you'll get magical sort of items that actually have effects to them. So while you'll get, you know, normal armor and normal swords, we'll start to be able to get, you know, chains of rage and desperate measures and fortitude's breath and really unique sort of items, which is kind of cool. So the later we go, the more unique sort of items we'll be able to put in our deck to earn as we go. And a new challenge to add to the deck, bandit attack. And thus, we're back to the start screen and ready to deal in a new hand. And that is Hand of Fate. An interesting game where you use the deck and the cards, and there's combat that I'm going to have to get drastically better at, because I am far more rusty at this than I remember being. Oh my goodness. But I will get the hang of it. Give me a couple of runs of this game, and I'll get the hang of it again. But it's a fun game. I do really love this game. I think it's creative and interesting. And anything that involves cards and does it well is always a fascinating sort of game to me. So this game is just right up my alley, and that's why I like Leap of Fate as much as well, because that also has a strange sort of card aspect to it. Although, as you can see, this one plays it up a lot more. This is like D&D almost, where that is definitely focusing more on the action. So it's an interesting dichotomy, like I said at the beginning of the video. Speak at the beginning of the video, this is the end of the video. So thank you all for watching. This is LuckySevenDX signing out. I'm gonna go record some more Hand of Fate. I'm gonna get these two titles confused all the time. But if you guys like this sort of game, I am more than happy to record a bunch of this, because I actually want to go through the whole game, honestly. So let me know what you think, and get ready for more of it soon. So thank you for watching. It's LuckySevenDX sign out. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.